Assalamu alaikum. My name is Armaganur Rahman, and my group members are Muhammad Ali Bhatt, Muhammad Mursaleen, and Muhammad Rizwan. And today we are explaining homework 3, which is related to OpenMP. So the first question is in our homework is 5.5, in which it is related to Bleblon. So the first question is we have to uh, discuss the output of the block of code. So in first, we have code. When the values are added using the serial loop, the value stored in sum will be that after I is equal to 0 and sum is equal to 2.0 e plus 0, 0. And we store them in a register as an additional digit. So when I is equal to 3, the value 1.008 e plus 03 will be stored in a register, and when it is stored in main memory, it will be rounded to 1.01 e plus 0. So the output of the sum we will get is 1110.0. And in the B part, we have to discuss also the output of the given following code. So in B part, when the values are added using parallel, we recall the runtime system, which will create a private variable for each thread. This private variables will be used to store that thread's partial sum. So after adding them, the output, the sum we will get is 1000.0. The next question we have is of OpenMP, in which we have to uh, make our code according to the given output. So in our code, the first we include the header file, standard.io, standard.lib, and omp.h, which is the header file of OMP. Then we have main function, in which we long thread count entire iterations. Thread count is equal to strtol argument. There are arguments and null time, and then we print the number of iterations. After that, we have input taking from the user, and then we have hash pragma omp, and then we are printing the thread iterations. And here we have also placed the output of our code. Then the next question is we have to eliminate the dependence and parallelize the loop, which we have of the following code. So we can parallelize the following code by in this loop iteration is not used again. So the code can be parallelized by using hash pragma omp parallel for num threads, thread count default none private, in which the argument I shared a comma n, and the following code. Thank you. Now Mohammad Rizwan will tell you about further questions.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Rizwan, and now we discuss the onward question number 5.9. In this question, we basically modify the given trapezoid programming rules that already my friend Maganu Rahman explained you in the 5.8. In this program, basically, we discussed about the system in which one code, one file, OMP trap 3.x is already given. We simply run this particular program and find out the number of iteration with the threads. And then find out the number of default iteration on your system, and how these number of iterations are um, executing one by one in the form of schedule. So first of all, we already saw after the execution of the program, we will see no program that execute and no other scheduling execution facing and no any other threads are counting in the OMP schedule. Then we simply resize the value and then generate again and again and increase the number of thread using for loop, and then find out the particular answer that were already given in questions. In question 5.18, recall the again given structure program that already given in the form of chunks smallest part of the program, we simply find out the get up the idea about the threads and simplify the parallel directives of the program. First of all, we simply sum up all the parallel given values and then implement the given region answer, and then depend upon the number of different threads. This behave is not generated with the standard. In we If two different atomic regions are on the same variables, then we can execute or update it the answer. Like one example also given in this explanation to clarify more about this question. If the private variable my sum is replaced with a given variable sum, then one thread can be executed on the depending sum. And in the next question, 5.11, basically we recall the already given questions and program to find out the number of columns in the argumented list, and then one dimension 1D via one dimension array we use and convey the code for a single dimension. Modify the OMP open AMP AMP matrix vectors and then dimensions for the given matrix. So the following code is given for the particular task to clarify this particular concept. First of all, we use a for loop for parallel OMP pragma or OMP parallel for the given number of threads. We can easily be able to count the number of thread with the count thread variable, and then use the for loop, and for loop inside another for loop basically use variable I is for on the x-axis number of threads, and j is cover the y-axis, and then we simply add both of these variable dimensional value in the form of x with y. Now my friend Mursleen explain furthermore.
Muhammad Ali Bhatt.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Ali Bhatt, and I explained the questions 5.13 in this question. The question is they recall the matrix vector multiplication example with the 8,000 multiplied by 8,000 input. Suppose that thread 0 and thread 2 are assigned to different processes. If a cache line contains 64 bytes or 8 doubles, is it possible for a false string between thread 0 and 2 to occur for any part of the vector y? Why? What about if thread 0 and thread 3 are assigned to different processes? With 8,000 elements, y will be partitioned approximately as follows. If we see that the thread 0 has y0, comma y1, and so on y 1999, and in approximately you know that the thread 1 and thread 2 and thread 3 is so on about the y 2000 and y 2001 to above 3999. Thread 2 is also y 4000, 4001, 599, and 6000, 6001, 799. In this question, it seemed that they recall a matrix vector multiplication. So in order of false sharing to occur between thread 0 and thread 2, there must be element of y that belong to same cache line, but are assigned to different threads. On thread 0, the cache line that is closest to the element assigned to thread 2 is the line that contains y 1999. However, even this is the first element of the cache line, the highest possible index for an element of y belongs to in line is 2006. As you see that since the last index of the element of y assigned of thread 2 is 4000, as you see that thread 2 is 4000, that can possibility be a cache line that has elements belonging to both thread 0 and thread 2. Similarly, sorry. Similarly, reasoning applies to thread 0 and thread 3. Now, exercise 5.13. Uh, in this question, uh, it is a programming assignment. As you know that suppose we toss darts randomly at a square dartboard, whose bull's eye is at the origin and whose sides are 2 feet in length. Suppose also that there is a circle inscribed in the square dartboard. The radius of the circle is 1 foot and its area is pi square feet. If the points that are hit by the darts are uninformally, uninformally distributed, as we always hit that square, then the number of darts that hit inside the circle should approximately satisfy the equation number in the circle, total number of tosses pi 4. Since the ratio of the area of the circle to the area of the square is pi by 4, we can use this formula to estimate the value of pi with a random number generator. Number in circle is equal to 0. For toss is equal to 0, toss less than number, and of toss is plus plus. As it seems that x is a random variable, is a double between -1 and 1. Y is a random double between -1 and 1. Distance square is x multiplied by x plus y multiplied by y. If distance square is less than or is equal to 1 and number in circle plus plus. As you see that the pi estimate is 4 multiplied by number in circle over double number of tosses. In this code, we import the libraries stdio, stdlib, mat.h, and openmp library. Is we have built a function which is named usage, and we will pass the parameter character program name. In the above code, we have created a numRandom function. In this function, the double rand function, which is called generate the random numbers, and the double rand max is generate in which we generate the random max. We have if double rand max is less than is equal to 5, and which is to use double rand is less than is equal to 0.5 number, and we now we have to multiply is equal to -1 return number. In the main function long, we have to put long in number toss is number in circle in thread count I, double x y distance, and we have used condition if argument is not is equal to 3 and usage argument is 0. So the thread count strtol. This function is string converted into the longs integer, and number of toss is string strtoll. This function, this variable is used to string converted into largest long integer. So the if we use condition if thread count less than 1, number of tosses less than 1, uses argument, the number is circle. Now we use OpenMP parallel pragma for number threads counts. We use reduction clause for count the number in circle private, and we use for loop I is equal to 0, I less than number of tosses I plus plus, x is equal to number random generates a number between -1 and 1, y is equal to num random function distance. The distance we use x multiplied by x by y multiplied by y. If the distance we use condition again, if distance is less than or equal to 1, then the number in circle is increment, and increment is 1, and we again they use double pi equal to 4 multiplied by number in circle double number of tosses, and we print estimation of pi. We use again usage function character program name printf stdr usage, and we used to print the statement which is usage thread count number of tosses, and we exit the program. Now, the next question is count sort 5.3. Count sort is a simple serial sorting algorithm that can be implemented as follows. Count sort in integer array. In this given the code is in this code we count number of elements in the list that are less than ai, array ai. Then we insert ai into a temporary list using a subscript determined by the count. In this program, the code deals with incrementing the count for equal elements on the basis of the subscript. If the both ai integer is equal to aj and j after the algorithm has completed, we override the original array with the temporary array using the string library function memcard. the question are given. If we try to parallelize the for I loop, the outer loop, which variable should be private and which should be shared? So yes, variables are must be shared, as would need to access variable A and have access to its size. Actually, we use the temp variable. The temp variable would also be shared since each array position would only be written by a single thread. Variable ij could should be private. The next part of this question is, if we parallelize the for I loop using the scoping we specified in the previous part, as the any loop carry dependencies, explain our answer. So we explained this answer. No, there would be no dependencies between iterations. It would never not be necessary to have access to information from another iteration during code execution. Furthermore, the term variable can be written by threads without generating the concurrency problem. And the next part is C part. Can we parallelize the call to memcpy? Can we modify the code so that the part of the function will be parallelizable? So yes, the call to memc could also be parallelized. The only concern would be the size of n, which should be not be the same. Also, first and second argument of the memcpy function should be pointer to elements of the array from which writing should start. Here the code example, in this code, you see that the function pragma open number of threads set count shared. In this function, we assume the size is and the size is equal to n divided by thread count. We assume the index initial open and begin number of thread multiplied by size. memc function actually, it should be a parallelized. It should be calculate the pointer of the pointer to points to elements of the array which would written should start. So in this function, you know that if we have used memc function, it used the reference of a index initial, reference of temp index initial, and size multiplied by size of integer. In the last part of this question, D part, in the D part is the question is, write a C program that includes the parallel implementation of count sort. How does the performance of the parallelism of count sort compare to serial count sort? How does it compare to the serial qsort library function? So in this code, we see that in the main function long integer toss in the main circle, we use a variable in thread count and ij and n count. We use srand function in generate also the number random functions, and the thread count we use strtul. This function is used to convert string into large integer, and the argument is 1 and null comma 10. And we use a malloc function which is used to generate matrix, print matrix in the temp malloc is the size of integer. It is increase the size of integer and multiply the number of integers. Double start open mp get wall time and the pragma open mp parallel of number threads count. We use for loop. For loop I is equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus count is equal to 0, and for j is equal to 0, and j less than n, j plus plus. And in the E part, we show that quicksort has the complexity of n log n in the best and average cases and n square in the worst case, compared to the n square algorithm and the presented count sort method. And these are the value 5,000, 10,000, and 20,000. So now I would like to call Muhammad Mursaleen to explain the question number 5.4.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Mursalin. In 5.4, a part we determine the outer loop of row-oriented algorithm can be parallelized. Outermost loop is not possible to be parallelized as there are dependencies between iteration. जो आउटर मोस्ट लूप होता है उसको हम पैरेललाइज नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि उसमें डिपेंडेंसीज होती हैं आइटरेशन में, इसलिए हम उसको पैरेललाइज नहीं कर सकते. The system is solved from the bottom to top, from the last row to first row, and the results of lower row are used to known as the result of higher row. Now B part में हम चेक करेंगे inner loop of the row oriented algorithm can be parallelized. The innermost loop is capable to being parallelized. However, there is a critical region when performing the row operations. So proceeding causing only one thread to perform the subtraction at a time. एक टाइम में सिर्फ एक ही ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं इसमें. नाउ सी पार्ट में हम चेक करेंगे कि आउटर लूप ऑफ द कॉलम ओरिएंटेड एल्गोरिथम कैन बी पैरेललाइज्ड और नॉट. The outermost loop cannot be parallelized because there are dependencies between iteration. Iteration में dependencies की वजह से हम ना outermost loop को parallelize नहीं कर सकते और as the following loops need the subtraction performed in the previous loop to be performed in order to proceed. Now D part, we check inner loop of the column oriented algorithm can be parallelized or not. The inner loop is a possible to be stopped in this case. There is critical region as in this case of row oriented. इस केस में हमारे पास क्रिटिकल रीजन हो सकता है जिसकी वजह से ये पॉसिबली ये इनर लूप स्टॉप हो जाएगा. नाउ ई पार्ट में हम ओपन एमपी के प्रोग्राम के थ्रू डिटरमाइन करेंगे कि single directive useful when a block of code being executed in parallel and a sub block should be executed only a thread. तो पहले हमने फॉर लूप लगाया, उसमें हमने रोज अपनी दी हैं और उसके बाद हमने ओपन एमपी की वो कॉल किया हुआ है प्रैग्मा ओएमपी पैरेलल फॉर नंबर ऑफ थ्रेड्स, जो हमारे थ्रेड्स को काउंट करेगी. उसके बाद कॉलम हमारे पास प्राइवेट में है और क्रिटिकल रीजन में हमारी रोज की वैल्यूज आ रही हैं और बाद में रोज की वैल्यूज आ रही हैं और कॉलम ओरिएंटेड में नीचे कॉलम ओरिएंटेड उसमें प्रैग्मा ओएमपी पैरेलल फॉर नंबर ऑफ थ्रेड्स यूज किए हुए हैं. अली नीचे वाली स्लाइड, इसमें हमने रोज को प्राइवेट रखा हुआ है जो इसी रीजन में यूज कर सकते हैं और नंबर ऑफ थ्रेड्स को काउंट कर रहे हैं और डिफॉल्ट में हमारे पास कोई भी वैल्यू नहीं है और प्राइवेट में रोज आ रही हैं और रोज में हम रोज मल्टीप्लाई बाय एन प्लस कोलन इंडेक्स इसका स्टोर करवा रहे हैं ए में और वो एक्स की रो में स्टोर हो रही हैं. एफ पार्ट, इसमें हम मॉडिफाई करेंगे और शेड्यूलर रन टाइम चेक करेंगे, क्लोज एंड टेस्ट द प्रोग्राम विद वेरियस शेड्यूलर्स. अगर हमारे पास 10,000 वेरिएबल होते हैं which schedule give the best performance. इसमें हमारे पास सबसे अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस डिफॉल्ट की है, इसका टाइम बाकियों से सबसे कम है 6535 और स्टैटिक्स रिजल्ट क्लोज टू बी डिफॉल्ट, however it could not be obtained better result और वर्स्ट एग्जीक्यूशन में डायनामिक की है, डायनामिक 1, इसका टाइम सबसे ज्यादा 8840. तो इसमें हमें पता चलता है कि डिफॉल्ट का हमारा रिजल्ट दूसरों से बेहतर आया, गुड रिजल्ट इन रिलेशन ऑफ डायनामिक और बट वर्स्ट केस इन रिलेशन ऑफ स्टैटिक्स. Problem 5.5. Use OpenMP program to implement a Gaussian elimination. सबसे पहले हमने लाइब्रेरीज इंपोर्ट की हुई हैं, इसमें से OpenMP के लिए omp.h हमने यूज की हुई है और उसके बाद हमने फंक्शन बनाए हुए हैं फिल मैट्रिक्स का, मैट्रिक्स को फिल करने के लिए उसमें आर्गुमेंट्स आए हुए हैं और पार्शियल पाइवट प्रिंट मैट्रिक्स को प्रिंट करवाने के लिए और जो बैकवर्ड लैमिनेशन हो रही है और उसका फंक्शन भी हमने बनाया हुआ है जिसमें डेटा टाइप डबल की है और वेक्टर का सॉल्यूशन प्रिंट करवाने का फंक्शन है. और आखिरी फंक्शन है कि हमारा प्रोग्राम चेक आंसर, हमारे प्रोग्राम का आंसर बिल्कुल सही है या नहीं। और मेन में हमने मैट्रिसेस इनिशियलाइज करवाई हैं, वेक्टर्स और वेरिएबल्स को, और उसके बाद मेमोरी एलोकेट की हुई है मैट्रिक्स ए को, और गॉसियन एलिमिनेशन परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं। ये जो फंक्शन बनाया गेट टाइम ऑफ डे, इसमें ये बैकवर्ड एलिमिनेशन हो रही है। इसमें बैकवर्ड एलिमिनेशन बाद में सम ऑफ स्क्वायर के थ्रू हम इसको प्रिंट करवा रहे हैं, नंबर ऑफ द रिजल्ट ऑफ फैक्टर। बैकवर्ड एलिमिनेशन के थ्रू। नाउ प्रॉब्लम 5.6 is a OpenMP to implement a procedure consumer program in which some of the threads are procedure and some of others are consumers, जिसमें से कुछ हमारे पास थ्रेड्स हैं वो प्रोड्यूसर्स के हैं और कुछ कंज्यूमर्स के। और हम procedure view text from the collection of files, one per procedure, they insert line of text into a single shared queue। जो शेड क्यू होगी उसमें हम इसको इंसर्ट करवाएंगे। And tokenize from token words separated by white space. When consumer find a token, it write it std out। इसमें हमने सेम, इसमें भी हमने लाइब्रेरीज इंपोर्ट करवाई हुई हैं, ओपन एमपी की भी यूजर डिफाइंड लाइब्रेरीज, और कुछ हमने ये बिल्ट इन लाइब्रेरीज और कुछ यूजर डिफाइंड करवाई हुई हैं, जैसे कि क्यू की और यूज मेन की इफ डेफ में। और ये हमने केस बनाए हुए हैं इसमें, जो हमें बता रहे हैं कि टोकन हमारा आएगा, टोकन हमारा है या नहीं। कंज्यूमर टेक द लाइन ऑफ टेक्स्ट एंड टोकनाइज देम। जब ये टोकन फाइंड कर लेगा तो एसटीडी आउट प्रिंट करवा देगा। ये इसमें इनिशियलाइज करवाया हुआ नोट्स ऑफ क्यू, लीव्स, क्यू स्ट्रक्ट, एलोकेटेड एंड लॉग लगाए हुए। सिर्फ एट अ टाइम एक ही थ्रेड इसमें रन करेगा लॉग वाले में। वर्ड फ्री क्यू, ये क्यू को फ्री करेगा, मेमोरी जो एलोकेट हुई है उसको फ्री करेगा उसमें से। और हमारा जो अगर टोकन फाइंड हो जाएगा तो वो एसटीडी आउट प्रिंट करवाएगा इसमें। इंट डीक्यू के फंक्शन में हम क्यू के डीक्यू करेंगे, जो भी डाटा होगा क्यू में उसको डीक्यू करेंगे और बाद में रिटर्न करेंगे। थैंक यू।